Alright, today we are constructing box and whisker plots. Sometimes they're just referred to as box plots. And here's a sample item that I'm going to be doing with my students. So as I work this out, my students are going to be following along with me. We watched a video that Khan Academy produced that explained how to do box and whisker plots. But as this is the first one that my students have had to do, I thought I'd kind of walk them through it step by step, and then I'll turn them loose to do some on their own. Now, my situation says that I need to use the data below to construct a box plot. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my data and I'm going to order it from least to greatest. And as I do this, I'm going to make note of the values that I use so that I don't leave any out or record some more than once if it's only there once. So my smallest value looks like it's going to be 15. So I'm going to go ahead and write 15 here. I don't have 16, but I have 17. I have no 18, but I have 19. I have a 20 here. And I have a 20 here. I don't have 21 or 22, but I have 23. I don't have 24 or 20. Here's 25. 26. I don't have 27, but I have 28 here and here. And now I see that I have a 31. 36, 42, I have 47, and I have 50. Let me move my paper a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Okay, put them all here so you can see better. Okay, I want to make sure that I've got all my values, so I'm going to go ahead and count and see if I've got them all. So I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 15 values here, so I should have 15 values down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have them all. Now, there's a few things I'm going to do that's going to be needed for my box and whisker plot. And one of the things I'm going to look at, I'm going to kind of look at my lowest value, which could be called the lower extreme, which is 15. And then my upper extreme would be 50. So my whiskers are going to extend to 15 and 50, and I'll show how that's done in just a moment. Now let me go ahead and figure out what my median is. When I have my median, I'm going to be able to show that on my box and whisker plot too. My median is going to be the middle value. Now if I have 15 values, a quick way to figure out what the middle number is going to be is to add 1 to my number of values, and since I have 15, 15 plus 1 is 16, and then divide by 2. And 16 divided by 2 is 8, so my 8th number is going to be my median for this data set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 26 is going to be my median. And I will have 7 values below it and 7 values above it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I need to find my first quartile and my third quartile. Now sometimes you'll hear it referred to as the lower quartile and the upper quartile. The way you find that is you look for the median of this lower set of data. And if I have 7 values here, I know that my 4th value is going to be my first quartile that I'm going to record. So 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 divided by 2 is 4, so the 4th value will be that first quartile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 is going to be my first quartile. And then over here, the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 36 is going to be my third quartile. Now I can go ahead and make my number line and then do my box and my whiskers. Now I have from 15 to 50. I don't want those points to be the end points on my number line. So I'm going to go 5 below and 5 above. I think a good number line might start maybe at 10 and go to 55. And if I break it down into by fives, I could say 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. That's going to give me 10 points on my number line. And I like to have a very nice, neat number line and like to make sure that all my values are spaced out appropriately. So I have found that if I make my number line 4.5 inches, I can make my label my intervals every 5 at every 1/2 inch. So that's what I'm going to do here. Now I could use a ruler, but I'm just going to use this straight edge here on this little protractor here. And I'm going to start here at, I'll just start here at 4.5 and bring it on over to 1 like that. Okay, so I'm going to put it down like that. Now I'm going to use my straight edge. I'm going to use those points to label it. So that'll be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and then 55 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and label this now. Now, one of the things I'd like to point out about it is I could take the time to put individual units, like I could put in 11, 12, 13, 14, and then plug in 16, 17, 18, 19, and so on. But I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to try to get through this pretty quickly. Now, my number line is here, but I'm going to plot out my whiskers and my box up here on this line here to make it nice and neat. My first point that I'm going to do is I'm going to put one at 15 because this is going to be where my lower extreme is, and I'm going to put one at 50 for my upper extreme. Now I'm going to put a little mark for my first quartile of 20, another mark for my median of the whole set, which is 26, so here's 25, 26 will be right about here. And then my third quartile, 36, 35, 0, 36 should be right about here. And I'm going to go ahead and construct my box. So my box, I'm going to make it about, I figure I'll make it about, it's going to be kind of a big one. And I'm going to, go ahead and connect these. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make my whiskers. My whiskers are just going to be lines that lead out. Like this. A little bit far. Okay, so here is my box and whisker plot for that set of data for pizzas sold. Now, there's a few other things we can learn from this data. For instance, if I were to want to know how to find the interquartile range, and this is something that you might be required to do. In order to find a range of data, like if I wanted to find the data range here of just the pizzas sold, I could say 50 take away 15 gives me 35. 35 would be the range of the entire data set. But if I wanted the interquartile range, I would have to say 36 take away 20 gives me 16. That would be the interquartile range because I'm finding the range that goes from one quartile to another. So it would be 16 here. If I were to identify the upper extreme, it would be 50. The lower extreme would be 15. And I guess that's about all the information that my students need to know right now. But one thing I did leave off that I'm going to do at this point is I need to give this a title. So I'm just going to give this the title of Pizzas Sold. I wish I'd left myself more room for that title, but that's what I'll call it. Now, the math practice that I used for this activity, I could say number 3, I used what I know about constructing box and whisker plots. I could say I made a math model, because this model does demonstrate the data. I could say quite a few things. But I hope this video has helped.